what is your writing process like? I know lots of people approach it all kinds of different ways. So what is your approach to it?
Well, I've already confessed to being like a high achievement obsessed person,
Yes.
which also comes with like an extreme type A personality for me.
Yep.
And I'm just like very organized. And
Mhm.
that helps me feel like I'm safe to be creative. I'm making myself sound like a really like
I totally
not
connect
a
with
fun
that.
person to have at a party. Okay,
I
good.
totally connect with that. Yeah, my husband and I work together in a creative field, and
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Mine is like I can be creative when I have it like regimented and in order, and he can just like spread out and take his time, and that's not what it is for me. So I'm with you.
I love that so much because that's also the pair that my husband and
Oh,
I
that's
are
so
as well.
cool.
So I wonder if like different minded people gravitate towards
I
each
think
other as like a
so.
form of balance. Yeah.
Yes.
So that all manifests in the fact that I'm like an extreme plotter.
Hmm.
I I have this whole process and I do the exact same thing for every single book. Like it's a
Nice.
routine, queen of routines. And so I have my Story Genius, which is a
Hmm.
book that by Lisa Cron, that it's a craft book. I highly recommend it. I don't know if you use it when you
I've
write
definitely
or
heard about it.
yes. I could not recommend it more. I'm a Pitch Wars mentor this
Okay.
year, and my mentee is using it in her revision. So I use it every
Nice.
time. And what it helps you do is it takes a brain science approach to character development.
Okay.
And the argument of this book is that people really get addicted to reading or find stories really compelling because your brain is hardwired to want to experience other experiences, but in a safe way. And
Yeah.
so reading is a way that allows you to like get inside another person's head and experience all of their, whatever's happening in the book in a safe way. And it actually, their thought processes model, like options or things that you could do. So it's basically like
Yeah.
this really, the argument about like reading being this really immersive experience. And so I found it really compelling. I've used it from writing in my dreams on
Hmm.
in all the books I've written since then. So I always start with the idea of my main characters in my head. And I do the Story Genius method where I deep dive on to figure out who this character is. So not stuff like what their birthday is or their favorite color, but like what is it that they want most in the world, even if it's a thing they can't admit to themselves? Like you have to
Yes.
know them at that level. And what is their fundamental misbelief that they learned growing up that still kind of shapes their actions?
That was
Um,
like very present in your book.
yes, yes,
That's
you
what
can
was
see.
so impressive to me. All of them were like that. All the characters were like that.
Well, that is because I story genius to all of them.
That's so cool.
I should send Lisa Cron like, oh, thank you, gift
Yes.
basket or something for helping me so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is that, and it's so smart and compelling an approach to me. So I took it with dreams, and um, you know, I can maybe talk about the specific process of
Yeah.
starting dreams and how that idea came to me. But basically, for all the books, I start with the character development. I do some character mapping, and then I plot out my books at a meticulously detailed level, like 40 to 60 page outlines where I'm
Yeah.
going through every scene. Sometimes I'm even starting to write dialogue in the outlines, and doing all of that makes, and when I'm done and I can see the entire thing, then I'm like, okay, now I can draft because I know exactly where I'm going, and I don't even want to start sentence one if I don't know how I'm going to get to sentence final.
Yes.
So
That's
that's my process.